What's up guys, it's Jordan. Welcome to our channel. If you haven't already done so, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on future videos. But anyways, the Victoria's Secret fashion show is airing, you guys, and this is probably like my favorite fashion show of the entire year. So I figured I'd put together a hair and makeup look for you guys. Pierre actually just sent over some new products that would be perfect for that classic Victoria's Secret look. They always look super bronzy and glowy, kind of like a natural snatch look. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for you guys today. So I'm gonna start with applying the Tarte BB cream all over my face. This is probably like my ride or die foundation, and technically it's a tinted BB cream, but I use this as my everyday foundation and I just love it. It's super good coverage and it's really buildable. So I'm just gonna use a Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I love this. Actually, I just opened this today for the first time. My other one was so thrashed. Alrighty, so next I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting and concealing, and the Victoria's Secret models always have a really glowy, dewy look to them. So I'm gonna first go in with this YSL Beauty concealer. It's actually called Touche Eclat, which is kind of a fancy name, but really it's almost the same color as my skin tone, but it just gives you a really luminous glow. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna put this kind of right on underneath my eyes, kind of where I would highlight. A little bit on my cheekbones as well. Put a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and then right on my chin as well, just to even out that glow. And then I'm actually gonna use this teeny tiny little Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is just like the really little one that you could use for your under eyes. Alrighty, so just to kind of brighten up my under eyes, because that YSL basically gave you a nice glow, but now I want to brighten my under eyes. So I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this right underneath my eyes. Not really covering up the YSL, but kind of a little bit more on this inside where I tend to get a little bit more of a darker complexion. And I'm just gonna go back and forth with my beauty sponge and just make sure that everything is nice and blended. I'm also gonna take that on the top of my eyelid as well, kind of as a base for my eyeshadow. Alrighty, so next I'm gonna go ahead and just set my under eyes just basically where I concealed, and I'm using the NYX HD Finishing Powder. I'm just gonna get a little bit of that and just kind of sweep that underneath my eyes, also on my eyelids, because I did put a little bit of product there as well. And this one is the banana color one as well, if you guys were curious, but I'll list everything below. All the products that I'm using in the colors will all be in the description bar below. Alrighty, so next I'm actually trying a new product from Pierre that I haven't tried before. This is their 4-in-1 pressed powder, and this literally is so beautiful. It's their 10th anniversary packaging, so it's all blinged out. So I'm just gonna pack a little bit of this on my brush, and I'm just going to set my face with this. This gives really great coverage as well, so you probably don't need to wear anything underneath this if you don't want to, because this is basically 4-in-1. So it's like a powder, a concealer, provides nice coverage, which is really nice. Alrighty, and before I go any further, I am gonna put a little bit of this agave lip oil on, because I am gonna be wearing a matte lip today. I just want my lips to be nice and hydrated before I do this. And this is also by Pierre as well. So moving on, I gotta put my brows on because that's important. I feel like brows really kind of complete your look and shape your entire face. And today I'm gonna be using the Anastasia brow pencil. I believe this is in the shade dark brown. But I'm basically just gonna fill them in. I usually like to start at the end of my brow here and create a little bit of length. And then I will slowly start filling in the front of my brow, because I don't want the front of my brow to be filled in as heavy as this part of my brow here. All right, so my brows are on and I feel like a completely different person now. So now I could feel like complete with my makeup, and I'm gonna start bronzing now. So I'm gonna use another product by Pierre. This is, what is this? This is a Mineral Glow. So I'm gonna put this where I would usually contour, but I'm also gonna put it a little bit on my cheekbones as well, because I want this to be a really nice all over bronzy glow. I'm also gonna put a little bit on my forehead as well, my temples. I'm also gonna bring that bronzer a little bit on my jawline here, and then a little bit down my neck. Alrighty, now it's time for my favorite part, to highlight and glow. So I'm using the Elevation palette by Pierre, and this actually has 3 different shades in it, a blush and 2 highlighters. And what I love about this is it came with this little fan brush, which I'm absolutely obsessed with because I've not had a fan brush like this. So I'm gonna start with the blush. I'm gonna use the shade Upgrade, which is a really nice peach color, which I think would be perfect for this look. So I'm just gonna place this right on the apples of my cheek and a little bit up my cheekbone as well. I'm actually going to mix a little bit of the boost in the, what is this, altitude. The altitude is really cool. It's kind of like has a pinky, bluey, reflective tone to it. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. So I'm just gonna, like I said, mix a little bit of both of those, tap off my brush, and then just focus this right on the top of my cheekbones here. It's a gorgeous glow. I hope you guys can see this as well as it looks in person. And put a little bit on the tops of my apples of my cheeks as well. And also a little bit right here, just along my temple. Kind of do like a little C motion almost. I'm gonna put a little bit down the bridge of my nose here. A little bit on the tip of my nose. And then of course, here on my Cupid's bow. A little bit of excess, just kind of put it on my forehead area just so that all of the high points on my face are shining, glowing. Alrighty, so I'm gonna take things one step further and I'm also going to bronze my décolletage. I'm not really sure, me and Haley were actually Googling it earlier and I think you could say it both ways.
No.
No.
Décolletage is the actual area.
So décolletage is the actual area. Décolleté.
Is the actual action to show your décolletage.
Is to show your décolleté is when you show your décolletage. I don't know, does that even make any sense? I'm not sure, but either way, we're highlighting, you guys. So I'm kind of just gonna like do this weird motion where I make like my bones kind of pop out. These aren't, what are these? Are these bones? Is that stupid? Am I stupid? Okay, listen you guys. This is the motion I'm gonna make. I don't know what to call this motion, but I'm doing this. And this is just gonna allow me to kind of like highlight these areas. So that's what we're doing. And then a little bit, you know, here because we're gonna be really extra. We're about to walk in a runway show, you guys. So we wanna make sure we are nice and glowy. This brush makes this so much easier, you guys, seriously. All right, I think we can move on now from the glow. So let's just start on the eyes. I really want to keep this look more on the neutral side, but I also really want it to be a little sultry. I noticed a lot of them were wearing a little bit heavier makeup than I've seen in the past. They had wing liners and everything. So I'm gonna be using the Pure Love Your Selfie 2 palette, which has some really great shades. And I'm gonna start with this first shade in the palette called Headshot, which is kind of like a neutral base color. Usually when doing my makeup, I always like to go in with a neutral shade first, just to give me a nice base for blending my eyeshadow out. So I'm just gonna start by putting this all over my lid, up into my brow bone. I'm gonna go in is the shade Statuesque, which is kind of like a neutral brown color. And I'm gonna pick this up with my Sedona Lace EB15 brush, tap off a little bit of that excess. And then I'm just gonna start working this right into my crease. This is a really good transition color and it's gonna help the rest of my shades blend very nicely. And then just using that exact same brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Panorama, which is a really beautiful brown shade and it has a little bit of reflex in it as well. And again, I'm just gonna put this right in the crease, almost just right on top of that color, just to deepen up my look a little bit. This color is actually really, really gorgeous. It's one of my favorites in this palette. Next, I'm just gonna go in with a clean, fluffy brush. This one is a Sigma Diffused Crease E38 brush. And this doesn't have any product on it, but I'm just gonna use this to help really blend everything out. I really wanna make sure I don't have any harsh lines. Alrighty, I think that looks about right here. Next, I'm actually gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off a little bit and I'm gonna go in with the color Megapixel, which is a really gorgeous gold color. And I'm just gonna focus this color kind of right on the lid of my eye, more in the center, but kind of on the all over lid, just to give a little bit of dimension and to really bring everything together. And this gold color just really pops on your eye too. So I haven't actually watched the Victoria's Secret fashion show yet. I'm filming this on, what's today, Sunday, and it airs on Monday. But of course I've seen all the pictures of all the outfits that they're wearing. Kendall and Gigi and Bella, like everyone looks so freaking gorgeous. So I'm so excited to watch the show. I'm also gonna kind of work this gold shade a little bit into the inner corner of my eye too, just a little bit. I actually might go back in with the other highlight color. Alrighty, so as far as my under eyes go, I'm gonna basically use those same shadows that I just used on my lid. So I'm gonna start with statuesque, and I'm using a pencil brush this time. So I'm gonna just pick up a little bit. I'm gonna run this right on that lower lash line. Then right on top of statuesque, I'm gonna go back in with panorama, just a little bit. I'm gonna focus this more on the outer corner of my lower lash line, and just kind of build that color up a little bit. And then to tie everything together, going back in with Megapixel, and I'm gonna use this on the first third of my lower lash line. All right, and before I finish up the eyeshadow look, I do wanna highlight my brow bone. So I'm gonna go back in with that Elevation palette by Pure, and I'm gonna use just that first shade, which is called Boost, and I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone. I'm also gonna actually mix a little bit of that Boost and Altitude color and put a little bit of it on my tear duct right here, just to kind of brighten my look up a little bit. Alrighty, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do a winged liner. I noticed a lot of the models were wearing a winged liner, but it was just a really subtle wing, not a fierce wing. So I'm actually gonna be using the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Superstar in the color black, and I'm just gonna do a light winged liner with this. So usually with my wing liners, I like to start out with the wing. It just is easier for me. And like I said, they had just a small wing. So I'm just gonna go and do just a little wing right here, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and just connect it and make a line all the way across. All right, now that my wings are on, it's time for some mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and give my eyelashes a quick curl first. I'm actually not gonna be using fake lashes for this look. It didn't look like a lot of the models were wearing them, so I'm just gonna use some mascara. So, of course, I'm using my absolute favorite mascara. I'm not kidding you guys, this Pure mascara, it's the Fully Charged, is literally my favorite mascara I've ever used in my whole life. And I used to say, like, you know, mascaras are kind of all the same. They're all kind of whatever. But this one truly has changed my life. If I had like a lifetime supply of this mascara, I'd be set. You really just don't need anything else. So I'm just gonna apply a layer of mascara, probably 2 coats, to my top and bottom lashes. And I've actually recently been using Vega Lash. I think I used it in my last makeup video, I'm not sure. But basically it's just a serum that helps grow your lashes. And honestly, that's been working so well for me that I don't really need to wear fake lashes. I don't really like hassling with them anyways. It's just easier just to throw on some mascara. So if you're looking for your lashes to grow, Vega Lash, I would definitely recommend that. I'll link all that information in the bottom bar as well. All right, so last step before I get into my hair is a lip. I'm gonna be using a liquid matte lipstick by Pure. This one's a really pretty nude color, and I just figured I'd use a really neutral shade. None of them are wearing really a bold lip or anything, so I figured this would be a really perfect shade. All right, so that basically completes it for the makeup look. So now it's time to move on to the hair. So I noticed with looking at pictures of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, the hairstyling tool was actually the Beachwaver, which we happen to have. So I figured this would be a perfect tool to use for the hair tutorial. So I noticed that a lot of the angels just had really beautiful loose waves. So that's what I'm gonna go for today. I'm gonna first start by putting some heat protectant in my hair. This one's just by Redken. It's always really important to put something in your hair to protect it before you put heat on it. So what's really cool about this Beachwaver, it actually has these little buttons that make it spin, so it's really easy to curl your hair and actually gives you a really nice hold to your curl as well. But if you want to see a full-on demo, I have a whole tutorial on this Beachwaver. I'll actually link that below for you guys. But basically what I'm gonna do is I wanna keep things pretty loose, so I'm just gonna grab about an inch piece. I'm gonna go ahead and just start curling all around my head. And I'm kind of just going for kind of a loose, messy look, so I'm not gonna really have too much structure to it. Now, usually when I'm doing this hairstyle, I usually clip the clamp kind of about with a 1/4 of an inch left of my hair down. Then I roll it, and once I have it pretty tight, I'll loosen it up and roll some more. That way, more of my hair is getting curled towards the end. Alrighty, so now that my hair is completely curled, the final step is just to add some hairspray. I'm using the Vibrant Sexy hairspray today. This one actually gives really nice hold and doesn't make your hair feel crunchy, which I hate. And usually when I put in hairspray, I like to create more volume. So what I do is kind of just hold up my hair and spray it and kind of just hold it for a few seconds. And that's gonna really help to create a little bit more volume in your hair. All right, so that's basically it for this Victoria's Secret inspired hair and makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm so excited to watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you, bye.